Hey, Fringe listeners, I hope you are back and so excited for the new year. I hope that your holidays were filled with peace and relaxation and many beautiful memories that you'll get to cherish for years to come. I love this time of the year where, after a break and some downtime to gain clarity, we get to reflect and then get all fired up about what we want to do from the things we've learned in the past and the dreams that we've started to create and just now start reaching for the new. So, with that, I wanted to kick off and say Happy New Year from People Forward Network. And I wanted to share a little bit more about one of our most cherished efforts as a team that has really helped us and continues to help us as a team to bond and to enjoy work really in a meaningful way. And that is called our culture code. And I want to talk to you a little bit about where this came from. So, I think anybody listening would say very familiar with like a company mission statement, vision statement, core values. All of those are so important. And they're really important to be meaningful and real, where each person on your team knows them and they don't just live on the website or on a wall in the workplace. We really know how to live them out. And one of our efforts to really bring our mission and our vision and our core values to life was this culture code. It's really us being intentional about the meaningful work that we set out to do. And our code guides our behaviors to help each of us be held accountable to what we all have agreed is People Forward Network and how we do meaningful work to live a meaningful life. So, first of all, I'll just share with you our core values. These are the overarching words that lead the behaviors that we bring to life. And ours are relationships, excellence, inspiration, innovation, results, and accountability. And from a how we engage the right clients and how we partner with people and what takes priority in a meeting and how we ensure that we're doing great work, like excellence defined and accountability systems set up, right? All of this underneath our core values, we have created this culture code, which is okay, now how do we hold ourselves accountable to the actions or behaviors that we believe allows us to live the best version of ourselves, doing meaningful work and living a meaningful life and illustrating these core values. I just want to challenge you to think about how could you have something like this in your business? We have a partnership that we've had in People Forward Network with a company called Averity. And Averity is a premier top workplaces talent acquisition company. Their CEO, Chris Allaire, he has, I think they're called their culture laws. And it's similar where it's like these are the commitments that each of us have committed to as a team to hold each other accountable. And this is so important. It takes precedence. I think they call them the cultural laws. So, whatever it is that you might be shaping in your mind right now, it is what are the ways of behaving as a team that you currently do and want everyone to really embrace and just keep on getting better and going deeper at? Or maybe it's the future of where you need to go and what is the action that we need to do to get there. So, I'm going to walk through ours with you. We actually had one of our team members was looking at all of these and then created an acronym for ours so it would help us to put this into something that we could remember them even easier. The acronym is leadership, which is so cool because what we do at People Forward Network is advance people forward leaders, those that are building workplaces where people feel just full and full of meaning. So the L is live work life integration. Living work life integration to us is to know that we have a whole life out there outside of work, and work takes a lot of time. And there are many other hats that we wear that are very important. And to be able to have, I don't love the word balance, but go with me for a minute, that the balance of making sure that our priorities are in order and that our work supports that and that we're getting the things done that we need to get done at work, but we have ordered our days or our weeks or our months in priority of what is most important. And those things change and flex over time. We believe that each individual person on our team is responsible for managing their own work life integration. And what that looks like is a gym appointment on your calendar is as important as a client meeting. Time for reflection and getting away from screen time in nature to go take a walk and move your body and to move your mind is as important as getting a client delivery piece done, right? Now, how do we bring all of that together so that there is this harmony? We'll get into that here in just a second. The second in the leadership acronym is embrace failure. We want each individual team member to know that we learn through failing and trying things. And until we try something, we don't really know. It's like reading something in a textbook versus doing it. You don't really know the lesson unless you do it, but you're really grateful for the textbook. But we want to embrace the journey of trying something and failing and saying, I messed up, or I tried this and it didn't work. Let's try something different. And so each of us embraces that failure is really a winning effort. And hey, if it was something that I did a big whoops on, I'm going to tell you that I did a big whoops. And usually doing the big whoops will help me not do that again in the future. Or not necessarily a big whoops, but I tried this and this round didn't work, but it helped me understand some things. So my second round of this is going to be so much better and sharing that learning. The next is to ask for help. So as a team, the team illustrates not individual effort. Yes, we all have our individual contribution, but there are different people on the team that all have these amazing strengths to be able to bring to the table. And we, as a team, leverage each other's strengths and the fire that each person has for certain work and ask for help and lean into the things that bring energy to certain people. And so when someone on our team is overwhelmed, too much on their list, they're going to ask for help on how do I prioritize this or who could I delegate this to? Really important to step up and to ask for help, leaning into other strengths and helping yourself to get in a better place when you are overwhelmed or confused to be able to have a team member help. The D in leadership is design efficient solutions that scale. So, designing efficient solutions that scale for us makes our life simple. It helps us to then replicate things. One thing that we do, we get to replicate it across all of our clients or a majority of our clients. So when we're creating something, we want to think in terms of, okay, is this for one person or is this for all? Am I solving a situation right now that is a unique thing because it really shouldn't be a unique thing because this should be working across the organization? Always thinking in terms of scalability to help us keep everybody on the same page and keep things simple so that our work experience is most meaningful because it's simple. Simple doesn't mean easy. Simple means step by step, operationalized, easy to replicate. And so that all of us are on the same page. So when we're designing solutions, which is big for us, hey, problem, there's a problem, there's a problem. Okay, what is the solution? And then is this solution able to be repeated across the organization? The E in leadership is engage in work results versus time spent on work. And so going back to work life integration, where I said, how do we bring this together harmoniously? We all know our priorities for the week. Okay, we know our role, we know our goals. Of course, those change and shift, and especially in a smaller business or even in larger businesses, they change, but we know our role, our goals, and then we know our priorities for the week and we time block for the things that are most important, working on things that are urgent or priority to move things forward and making sure that we're blocking time for our life wheel. If you're not familiar with the life wheel, you can go on to our website and look up on our blog or just search the website for life wheel. Really, it's the concept of looking at all the other hats that you wear and how important it is to balance those so that you're not regretting time spent with family or missing a doctor's appointment, whatever that may be. It's really important to be able to schedule those things in. And hey, this week, with the priorities you have, you might be done in 25 hours. And you know what? Next week, you might work 47 hours, right? And just to be able to balance how The work weeks are different, and sometimes work is heavier than family needs or needing to step in and take care of a loved one. And really, as an individual on the team, owning that and asking the team for help in order to get, what it is that you need done that week, just prioritized and to help you thrive. Next on leadership, the R is require hell yes decisions or we say no. So it is so important for us that we are making decisions that are all in. And I will put this out there. All of us know the times when we were making a decision, we're like, gosh, my gut just kept telling me something was not right. And the boxes were not checked. It just was not an all in. It's like, am I completely all into this decision? Is this the best one? Until we get to the hell yes, this is it, we say no. And we hold each other accountable to that. And really, that shows up in all areas of my life. I think a lot of our team members have started to adopt that. If you're struggling with, oh, should I go to that thing? Until you can get to the hell yes, it's a no. Because you're going to be so much happier because it was not. You're going to be driving to that thing that you said yes to. And you're like, I have 17 things on my calendar and I'm so stressed out. And I said yes to something that really wasn't an all in yes. So we love that for decision making on our team. The S in leadership is serve the greater good. So rather than individual, this serves me as an individual and my needs, looking at how does this serve the greater good? So let's say in a learning experience, we tried something, it failed, or we did a whoops and man, mess that up. Is there an opportunity for us to share that to help others be able to use our story? And if we look at it from maybe why we wouldn't serve the greater good, it's like, "Oh my gosh, I don't wanna put it out there. I don't wanna share with everybody that I messed up." But is that an opportunity for us to serve the greatest good and to be vulnerable and build relationships with others because we wanna help other people advance too? Simple example of that. There are so many, when it comes to you're down to decisions to get to the hell yes, there's 3 options, and option C gives us the greatest impact to serve the most people. That's probably where our hell yes comes in. That's different than option A and B because we get to serve the most people. So it's the greatest good. We love that one. And it just helps us to push our ability to serve and do it in the most meaningful way. The H in leadership is to have fun and celebrate successes, building time into our schedule to have fun, to have enjoyable non-work talk lunches, virtual or not, to use channels on our Slack to celebrate each other and to share funny dog pictures or videos and to regularly celebrate every step of success. Like I know that we as a team can get better at that. We do a good job now because we have a meeting every week where we celebrate wins and progress and we have, a Slack channel that we do that and shout outs, but really spending time balancing this like, how do we spend time having fun and blocking time for that and celebrating little tiny steps of milestones of success and the big ones, the little and the big, but celebrating all along the way. And then improve ourselves is the I in leadership. So each person on our team is invested in improving themselves. And that we all are on a growth journey. We continue to learn and get better. This year, we each are going to be investing in specific areas that we know we need to get better to improve ourselves and then teaching that to others on the team. I'm really excited about that. That could be a personal hobby thing, that could be sharpening your skill for your work and your craft, but really working on improving ourselves and sharing what we're learning. The greatest way to really learn something is to teach it. So why not pour in and help others along the way on the team? And the P in leadership, as our culture code concludes here, is pursue excellence, not perfection. So one of our core values, as I shared earlier, is excellence. This does not mean that we get wrapped up in perfection. Excellence is doing our very best at this time and place, right? My best today is very different than my best last month on this day of the month. We all change and our life changes, our body changes, and excellence is different. We're not pursuing perfection. We're not overthinking things. We're not holding ourselves to crazy standards. It is to pursue excellence in the journey of betterment, constantly bettering ourselves and to do our very best. That is what it is to us, is to do our very best at this time. And that's not what it was yesterday or tomorrow. It's giving today the very best. So I hope that our culture code, which has been our greatest investment of time, we've been living with our culture code for over a year now, maybe a year and a half, I want to say. I don't know. Time flies. I'm terrible at keeping track of time because it goes so fast. Embrace every moment and just really work to hone this year in to be the year that is serving you and your team so that you all can experience a great work experience together. And just I challenge you to take whatever this culture code puts in your mind to go out and bring something to your team behavior wise to hold your team accountable. It's a lot of fun. It's really rewarding. And if you want to see the sample on our website, you can go to peopleforwardnetwork.com and go to about. We'll also link this out in the show notes. Happy freaking New Year. We're so excited to be on this journey with you and ready to level up Fringe. Keep listening. We've got so much to share in this great year of 2024 ahead.